Few shows have ever risen as high, or fallen as hard, as Game of Thrones. A series that redefined television, reshaped pop culture, and sparked more debates than any fantasy epic before it. Today, I'm diving into Game of Thrones, HBO's colossal adaptation of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire. A show that began as a grounded political drama wrapped in medieval fantasy, and evolved into a global phenomenon. Let's start with the obvious. The first 4 seasons are some of the finest television ever produced. The writing is sharp, the character arcs are deliberate, and the world building is rich without ever feeling overwhelming. Every house, every sigil, every whispered conspiracy feels like it matters. And the show trusts the audience, it doesn't spoon-feed lore. It lets you sink or swim in Westeros. What truly elevates the series is its cast. Peter Dinklage's Tyrion Lannister became an instant icon. Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner grew into their roles with remarkable depth. And Lena Headey's Cersei, a masterclass in controlled menace. These characters aren't heroes or villains, they're people shaped by trauma, ambition, and survival. And that moral ambiguity is where the show shines brightest. On a technical level, Game of Thrones changed the industry. The costumes, the sets, the practical effects, all top tier. And the battles? Hardhome, Battle of the Bastards, Blackwater, these weren't just TV episodes. They were cinematic events, the kind of sequences that made you forget you were watching television. But as the series moved beyond the books, the cracks began to show. The pacing accelerated, character motivations became thinner, and the careful political chessboard of the early seasons slowly gave way to spectacle-first storytelling. Season 8 is where the fandom split. Some viewers admired the ambition and emotional payoff. Others felt the character arcs were rushed, and major decisions lacked the groundwork that earlier seasons were known for. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is undeniable. The ending sparked conversations that still haven't cooled down. So what's the legacy of Game of Thrones? It's complicated, and that's what makes it fascinating. It's a show that delivered some of the greatest moments in modern television, and some of the most divisive. But even with its flaws, its impact is enormous. It pushed the boundaries of what TV could be. It inspired a generation of creators. And it proved that audiences were hungry for ambitious, character-driven fantasy. In the end, Game of Thrones is a journey worth taking, breathtaking, brutal, flawed, unforgettable. A series that soared like a dragon, even if it didn't quite stick the landing. If you enjoyed this review, let me know what series or film you want me to tackle next. And as always, Valar Morghulis. In other words, don't forget to like, subscribe and click the notification bell.